guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video and joining me to watch this video today. We are checking out what it takes to survive the Marines 54-hour final test in boot camp. So I assume this is the test that they do right at the end of the training to kind of like, you know, as it says, the final test. Like, are you really a Marine? Are you really, do you really deserve to have the title of a US Marine? Yes or no? Can you handle it? Yes or no? So we're gonna get into it today, guys. I'm nervous already because I know it's gonna be painful for the people on this video today. But let me know what you guys think down below and let's get into it.
This Marine Corps recruit isn't actually injured.
My leg! Good. Oh my god. I was like...
He's playing the role of a wounded Marine during a simulated casualty evacuation.
All of you draw faster now!
Aye, sir! Aye, sir!
And his fellow recruits have to drag him inch by inch to safety.
It's not a comfortable thing to carry someone on your back and drag them through the mud. No! You sweat more in training, so you bleed less in combat.
It's a good saying. Oh my gosh, guys.
It's part of their final test at boot camp, known as the Crucible. A 54-hour event that all recruits must complete.
Fox, you're breaking down!
Aye, sir!
Insiders spent 4 days at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Parris Island, South Carolina, to chronicle one company taking on the challenge, the last step before officially becoming Marines.
Company, attack! Shoot!
The Crucible occurs in week 11 of the Marine Corps' 13-week boot camp. The day before, recruits from the gender-integrated hotel company assemble in front of their barracks for a briefing. Although female recruits have trained at Parris Island since 1949, gender-integrated companies didn't emerge until 2019. As of January 2021, this group of recruits was the most gender-diverse company of enlisted recruits in the history of the Marine Corps.
I think they should
Among
train
those in
together
hotel
nowadays.
company are a brother and sister from Georgia, 21-year-old Lázaro Cisneros and his 19-year-old sister Myra.
Whoa.
My sister and me are here doing the Crucible together.
Oh my god.
We're in the same company. We usually don't see each other often, but we always get like a glimpse of each other.
It's actually motivating, just being able to see him be there. I know that there's somebody here that knows me. He's going through this with me. He knows the pain I'm going through.
That would be a nice feeling.
At 0200 or 2 a.m., it's lights on in the squad bays of hotel company.
Hit it, gun!
Get on!
1, 2, 3, 55! 56!
We had to rush, very stressful, thinking about how the day was going to go.
Recruits don their desert utility uniforms, known as desert camis.
Fold the first sheet with you and your rack mate now.
They square away their racks and ready their gear, which weighs about 50 pounds. While some recruits may be smiling now, they won't be for long. After one final trip to the head, the recruits form up outside to officially begin the Crucible.
We all understand what that means, right?
Yes, sir!
You should probably scream a lot louder.
Yes, sir!
Their first task, a long hike in the cold darkness.
Yes, sir!
Approximately 6 miles in length, so nothing too arduous for the beginning, but just enough that they understand, like, hey, you're on your own. We're not getting you bussed out there. You're gonna walk out there just like you're gonna walk back.
It's so amazing what they do, like just in training, right? I think it's so amazing.
5-5-4, so everyone get a count for your own team.
When the
Such
sun
amazing
comes
training.
up, the events of day one begin.
Incredible.
Corporal Dunham immediately alerted his fellow Marines to the threat.
Each Crucible event is inspired by an actual occurrence in Marine Corps history.
Corporal Dunham covered the grenade with his helmet and body.
And before the event begins, the squad leader educates the group on its historical significance.
He saved the lives of at least 2 fellow Marines. All gear should be on. You are facing forward. Line it up. 2 columns. Pick it up.
This group begins with an enhanced obstacle course.
I don't know why you're smiling when you're struggling with a simple obstacle.
Aye, sir.
Huh?
Get on the bar.
So the obstacle course is out there. They've seen it all before. It's just now we're adding a couple of more factors in there to make it more difficult.
Now they also need to safely transport 35-pound ammo cans across the course.
All right, got it.
When recruits fail to negotiate the obstacle,
Let's go.
their drill instructor orders them to do burpees.
Whoa. 9.
And they're punished as a group. Although this recruit was able to conquer the obstacle, her fellow recruits were not.
All of you get down, 15 burpees. I'm in.
So she had to pay alongside them.
2 is how it is.
Go.
Yes, go.
Grab onto the damn bar. Hold the bar.
Wow, look, it's not that hard, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just gonna think about all good stuff right now. Fruit punch, Pepsi, Miami, Sunny. Yeah, we got some sun, but no heat. That's crazy.
Only 6 hours into the Crucible, and tensions are starting to flare.
Yeah, you're still doing the same thing.
Sir.
Yo, you want to freaking roll your eyes at me?
No, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
'Cause I literally just saw you do that.
No, sir.
So a lot of times they could get frustrated because they're cold, they're uncomfortable.
No, sir. You got an attitude problem? No, sir. Execute the daggum training. Yes, sir.
That's a very common thing that we see. Oftentimes the recruits just correct themselves though, because at this point, they already know what's right and what's wrong.
Fortunately, they'll soon have a chance to blow off steam when they step inside a structure known as the Octagon.
I want to see some vicious and some intensity, dude.
First, recruits fight each other with bugle sticks.
Yeah, at this point, we've all got so much
They're
anger
tired,
inside of them.
they're hungry, and now we're pitting them against each other. At some point, you are going to be face to face with somebody through all these conditions, and you're still going to have to be aggressive enough to win.
Penalty box. I'm sure. Get out.
I'm sure.
The winner of the bout runs through a hatch below a sign that says Devil Dogs. The loser reports to the penalty box, where they perform a series of planks and other exercises intended to motivate them to avoid returning there.
Get up, go away.
And they soon get a chance to redeem themselves.
Imagine how fit you'd be at the end of this.
All recruits face off again in one-on-one body sparring.
Oh my God! Break his ribs! Oh my God! Break him in half!
I think this is a way to just kind of keep them on their toes and keep them cognizant of their actions or the other person's actions.
Recruits are only allowed to strike the body, with no punches allowed above the neck. But stray punches do sometimes land.
Alright, now I gotta throw all this gear away.
And injuries can occur.
Alright, what company is this?
Hotel company, sir.
Hotel company?
Yes, sir.
There's a saying in the Corps that every Marine is first and foremost a rifleman. Recruits spend 2 weeks devoted to marksmanship during boot camp.
Good to go?
Yes, sir.
During the Crucible, recruits combine the skills they've learned on the firing range with movement in a simulated squad attack.
Alright, so first, it's gonna be cover and move.
I see.
Alright? And then automatically you're going to movement under fire, right? If people are shooting at you, you're automatically gonna go to the prone, right? You're not gonna give yourself that easy target, right?
Yes, sir.
The squads move together through a wooded area before they reach the entrance to the range.
So you're going to stay tight to this tree line. You're going to run to that black tree. Go. Go, 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 go. Go right here.
Recruits fire blank rounds during the event, which simulates providing cover for their fellow recruits while they advance.
You're gonna come back like to that berm. Stay alive.
By now, these recruits have worked up an appetite.
Hey, we just saw a video on this. I'll link it up here.
They're used to going to the chow hall, getting 3 square meals a day. Now they're going to be receiving essentially field rations, right? Our meals ready to eat MREs.
These are spicy. I know they're jalapeno.
Typically, a single MRE counts as 1 meal. For the Crucible, recruits have to ration 5 MREs over the course of the event.
Dude, if you don't put a lot of water in it and you mix it up just right, it's like pudding. It's the best pudding you will ever taste in your life. That pudding right there.
There are no naps during the Crucible. During breaks for chow, recruits are tasked with posting security. Over the course of the 54-hour event, recruits sleep only 3 to 4 hours a night.
Yes, sir.
And this is where it happens, in structures known as sea huts.
Let's go.
How tired are you right now?
For now, I have like good energy left to complete the day. I've been trying to ration my food and been trying to keep a steady mind. 3 more days before becoming Marine.
Good on you.
For Lazaro,
Good on you.
his day comes to a close with one of the most intense events of the Crucible.
Let's go, you gotta save his life. He's bleeding out and dying.
A simulated casualty evacuation in a combat scenario.
It only takes 40 seconds to bleed out. Listen to him. You're freaking out. You're not making the right choices.
Aye, sir.
No choice is still a choice.
Aye,
You're just standing there looking at me confused.
Aye,
He's
sir.
already bleeding out. You just helped him slow the bleeding.
Aye, sir.
You're being too slow.
Aye,
You're
sir.
not communicating.
No,
Where are
sir.
you even going? You came from this direction.
Aye, sir.
Fox, you're breaking down.
Aye, sir.
Now I know that if you ever need to help anybody, you can't even help. You can't do anything.
Aye, sir.
Because he's not okay, because half his leg just got blown off.
Aye, sir.
And he's got a tourniquet on, and
Aye,
he's
sir.
squared, and he doesn't know what's happening. Their lives are in your hands.
You'll be all right, bud. We got you. Let's go. It's just theirs. Let's go.
I've been learning a lot lately. Combat training, combat care. This recruit noticed that he still has a lot to learn.
Meanwhile, Myra attempts to negotiate one of the most intimidating obstacles on Paris Island, the
that was so
30-foot-tall
intense.
stairway to heaven,
Ready, step, together.
which all recruits must attempt without any safety equipment.
Ready, step, together.
I joined the Marine Corps with my older brother because of financial need. I was going to college, I needed the money, and the career I want to follow is pediatrician, so obviously I have to go to medical school for that. And I obviously thought, well, I need the money. And so I went to the recruiting station and I told them in the phone call, I have a brother, do you remember him? And they asked me to bring him over, so we went both together. They just convinced us and we joined.
It turns out that having a sibling in training at Paris Island isn't that uncommon. We met another pair of siblings in hotel company.
The relationship has grown stronger because at home we kind of just separated. We only played Xbox together from across the hall.
Until we came here. We knew each other, but we didn't really like talk every single day like we have been for the past 3 months.
It's a pretty great feeling because whenever you think that you can't like turn to someone, you can always just turn to your actual blood brother.
They're in the rear, right? Grow your bond there.
Tonight I'm going to basically pray a little bit for strength.
As the sun sets on day 1 of the Crucible, these recruits are in for a long night and an even longer day ahead.
Jeez, guys, holy moly. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing this is like
simulated casualties play a big part in one of the most challenging Crucible events.
Wow.
The Battle of Hue City, named after one of the bloodiest battles of Vietnam, where an estimated 10,000 people died, including more than 100 Marines. Loudspeakers play sounds of gunfire and explosions to create a more realistic combat environment, along with simulated mortar explosions that occur when a spark plug ignites a combination of propane and oxygen, triggered by the push of this button. The goal of the event is for each fire team to maneuver across the area with all casualties and gear intact.
Hey, squad leader. Aye, sir. Yeah, he just got shot in the right shoulder. Need to turn around. Aye, sir.
Drill instructors designate recruits as casualties if they fail to conceal themselves during their approach. It's the responsibility of the still healthy recruits to transport the casualties. Recruits must climb over walls, crawl through sand,
Get him to the wire now.
and barbed wire,
Get the casualty off the Get the casualty. He's bleeding out.
all while slowly moving the casualties.
I need assistance out.
Embrace the suck couldn't have been more true here. Once you embrace the suck, you look to your
suck.
left and your right and you see the guys next to you doing it. It just makes you want to push even harder. And some of them will crack a smile, and then you'll crack a smile. And it just keeps you going, sir.
McDonald! Aye, sir! He's bleeding out! Aye, sir!
Recruits who stay healthy and who don't have to tend to casualties are free to negotiate the course, as long as they don't do anything that catches their drill instructor's attention. The event gets even more grueling in the rain, which is where we found Myra and her squad. Thanks to a passing storm, what began as dirt quickly turned to mud.
I'd
My
be
hip
so
was
mad
starting
if
to
it was
hurt,
raining.
I had trouble keeping the weapon
already
off
hot
the
enough.
sand, so it was really hard this morning.
The recruits move into the woods to navigate a series of obstacles as a team, which in the rain made things trickier for Lazaro and his squad.
It has been very exciting pushing through since like the beginning of boot camp to the end, and happy to be here with my sister, having a once in a lifetime moment.
I've seen a lot of improvement in myself. I try to work on myself more than just physical.
Recruits are invited to share their personal stories in sessions called Core Values.
I've been pushing myself as much as I can, everywhere I can. And while I had the smarts for college, I never had the motivation. But somehow the Marines is the one thing I always had motivation for.
You know that one thing that everybody says that helps push them through? That's my mom, and that's my dad. He passed away 2 years ago, and it's been hard on her. So it's kind of hitting home that I'm here. But I can't wait to call her and be like, yo, Mom, finally did it.
I feel like I found a part of myself that I didn't have before, and I never really fit in anywhere else.
It's beautiful.
As day 2 winds down, all that stands between these recruits and officially becoming Marines is a 9-mile hike back to the parade deck. For Hotel Company, the Crucible has come to an end.
This makes me so emotional, guys. Oh, guys.
But one last step remains. Each recruit receives their eagle, globe, and anchor emblem, symbolizing that they have officially become United States Marines.
For the recruits, it's what they've been battling for these past 12 weeks, and a lot of times it's what they've wanted ever since they were a child. It is absolutely amazing to see these men and women who have fought so hard for what they want and to finally see them achieving it.
We started it together. We were going to end this together.
Yes. What did that feel like when you put that in your hand?
It felt like hope, a new future for our family.
Are you proud of her?
Yes, she has accomplished, maybe surpassed me. I'm her older brother, so I see she has grown to become a very strong woman and Marine.
Are you guys hungry?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
How excited are you for this breakfast?
Oh, very, sir. Very excited.
Is it like a grand breakfast or something?
While the Eagle Globe and Anchor ceremony is the most anticipated moment of boot camp, the Warriors' breakfast may be a close second.
They're so happy to be indoors at that point, and they get steak and eggs. To them, it's probably the closest thing to a home-cooked meal they could get while they're here. They're incredibly happy.
Those finishing clips really hit me hard, guys. I always get so emotional when I see them officially become Marines. Also the ceremony when all of their loved ones come, and oh, it's just beautiful, guys. It's just beautiful. I just saw a comment here as well, and they said, in case some of you don't know, the breakfast after the Crucible is the first time they get to eat freely with both their hands. Before that, you kept the right hand on your knee at all times and use the left one to eat. You cannot look up for anything other than your plate. After becoming Marines, you can eat like a normal person. You have no idea how satisfying that feels. Oh my goodness gracious me. Someone commented, good thing I'm left-handed. Absolutely. Times like that, being left-handed would be a bigger benefit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was such a good video, and I'm surprised to see the masks because it's coronavirus, right? So this is very recent. This is from February 17th, so it's really interesting to see how they're conducting boot camp during this global pandemic, but it looks like they're just essentially, it's the same process just with masks, and they probably get COVID tests probably before they head into boot camp. But wow. That was such a good video. I will never stop saying that the US Marine training is so good. Like, obviously it's very hard from what I've seen. It just looks awful to go through. But it's so, I feel like it's so effective in just breaking down a person, right, essentially, and bringing them back up with new standards and new rules and a new way of life and just the new being, right? You're being trained to be a Marine, so they really do have to cut everything down and bring it back up again. And I feel like they really do that in US Marine boot camp. It's really interesting how they have all of these different scenarios in this 54-hour time frame. It seems like it's much longer. I cannot believe they fit all of that into 54 hours. But I guess they do sleep for only 3 to 4 hours a night, so there's that. But it's really, I don't want to say cool because it's not cool, but it's really, I guess, I don't know what the word is, nice to know that they use real history and real events from US Marines in battle in the past, how they tell the story about the Marine, what happened, and what activity they're going to be doing surrounding that piece of history and what that US Marine did. So I think that's really special. I think special is the word that I'm trying to look for, but I think that's really special because it kind of reminds the recruits like who came before them, you know, who wore that uniform, who went through the same training as you did, and what they did end up doing for their brothers or sisters, or brothers and sisters in the Marine Corps. So I think that's really, really special. Yeah, so it seems like, I think it was saying that there's some circumstances where the males and the females train together. I think some of it is separate. I'm not sure what the process is like, but yeah, but from my understanding, it's only recently that they started to integrate both. I think it's a good idea nowadays to start integrating both males and females, just because I feel like if it's kept separate during training, obviously they have to work together in the real world, right? So I feel like if they train separately, it becomes more of like it's separated, right? You're getting trained separately. So I feel like if you go into the workplace, it's kind of a weird, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's better to be trained together. If you're going to be working together, I think you should be trained together in certain circumstances. Obviously not like getting into the ring together and like a male and a female fighting each other. No, I just think there's like certain training exercises that I think that they should do together. But yeah, it seems like they mostly train separately in this. But let me know what you guys think about that down below. Huge respect again to all US Marines and any future US Marines as well heading into boot camp soon. Good luck, you are gonna smash it. Like people say about US Marine boot camp, embrace the suck. That's what I've heard. I don't think I could ever do what you do or have done, so honestly huge respect. Thank you guys so much for watching this video with me today. If you do have any video recommendations, just head over to my website, which I will link down below, and you can make video recommendations on there. But apart from that, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.